What's up, everybody? You're listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. It's Nicole Passero here, and we got...
Me, Aidan, Ivers.
Oh, yeah, and you are listening to Floor of the Forgotten Borough. How are we doing today?
I'm doing all right, Nicole. I mean, it's all right. I mean, radio. Sometimes there's some delays where it's 9/11 right now, but it's okay.
Yeah.
We're here, and we're here to discuss Staten Island.
We're here to discuss Staten Island, and so do we have some Staten Island news today?
Indeed, we do, Nicole. We have some pretty interesting, positive Staten Island news to just brush through really quickly, right? So, according to our beloved SILive.com, Borough President Vito Passero gave his State of the Borough address on Saturday night at Montclair High School, where he graduated from in 1983. And during this speech, Vito focused on three main ideas related to Staten Island: quality of life, public safety, and education. He also introduced three new initiatives regarding revamping Seaview Avenue, where the Staten Island University Hospital is and all those turkeys are every time you go, a statewide task force aimed at taking on the fentanyl drug crisis, and rejuvenating the North Shore. Vito said, quote, "You got to be realistic. We still have work cut out for us, but we're making progress, and that progress needs to continue. I think it's just a real reminder of how many great things and great people we have here on Staten Island. Staten Islanders have one common denominator. They love this place, and we just got to bring out, to the extent that we can, all the good in that."
I love that. It just
Vito.
shows how much he loves Staten Island, how much the Staten Islanders love Staten Island.
Of course. And
know?
something really interesting also, Nicole. Usually we hear these types of addresses yearly when our elected officials are in office, like a year after they come in. And Vito came into office in the fall of 2021. That's when he got elected, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the interesting thing is that Vito ran against a guy named Mark Murphy. And, as always, there are the signs everywhere you turn. One for Vito Passero, one for Mark Murphy. But the really cool thing is, at this event, Mark was there to support Vito, to support all the great work that he's done for Staten Island. So I think, that kind of relates to what Vito said, like, Staten Islanders love Staten Island.
Oh, yeah.
Why else would we be here, Nicole?
Exactly.
We love Staten Island.
Why else would we be doing a Staten Island show?
Yeah.
We gotta bring out the population.
Of course. And we have one more news story to cover. Also, from someone pretty familiar to the people of Staten Island, we got Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis.
Oh, yeah.
Nicole Malliotakis, she represents New York Congressional District 11, which encompasses all of Staten Island and the southern portions of Brooklyn around Bay Ridge and Dyker Heights, I'm pretty sure. And something really cool Nicole did this week, she announced that she has secured $500,000 for Aidan to School in Port Richmond, a school which specializes in education for autistic children. The funds will be used to renovate a building to further rehabilitation practices for adults with autism. Malliotakis said, quote, "For nearly 50 years, Aidan 2 programs have gone above and beyond to support people with autism by helping them achieve their full potential through a number of educational, residential, and day rehabilitation programs." And Dr. Joanne Grencher, who is the executive director of the school in which Nicole secured money for, said, quote, "The school's aging autistic population has specific needs that are not being addressed. We will now be able to create a new program that will provide these invaluable resources to the autism community, and to also include seniors without autism to truly create a unique and integrated setting."
I think that's great that she's implementing these programs for autistic children because, we need to include everyone in our community, and I think that's great, and it's positive for Staten Island in general.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, I also read in the article, like, I think this school services like 500 people, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, wow.
All across Staten Island, and I think in Long Island as well, people travel. So that's really, really cool.
Yeah, the fact that people even travel just shows how good the school is,
Yeah. But now that all that's out of the way, Nicole, What do we got to talk about today?
Well, today we have a little food show planned for today. Food in Staten Island.
Ooh, okay.
So, I'm already starving. This is gonna make me hungry after this show.
Okay, well, to further that feeling of hunger.
Yeah.
So I remember you said last week, right? Over break.
Yeah.
You spent time at a restaurant called Mike's Unicorn Diner.
Yes.
With your friend.
Mike's Unicorn Diner, I have to say, is my favorite restaurant on Staten Island. Okay. So there's a lot of good restaurants on Staten Island, but my favorite is Mike's Unicorn Diner. I live in Westerly. It's about 5 minutes away from my house. Mm-hmm. It's so convenient. It's just like that diner where it's just like your go-to diner. And I love it there. The food, awesome. I can't even think of a favorite that they have. They have really good hash browns. Right. Their hash browns are good. They got good quesadillas. Right. They got really good sandwiches, milkshakes, awesome.
Wow.
So it's really great. I go there with my friends. I go there with my family, and we just have a fun time. The waiters are so nice there, and it's just great.
That's really cool, Nicole. That's a really cool name as well.
Mike's. There's so many Mike's diners.
I know we mentioned that last week too.
Staten Island, yeah. But Unicorn. There's like Mike's Unicorn, Mike's Olympic Grill. There's like anything you could think of. Mm-hmm. I know there's like Mike's Dakota Diner. Like right. There's so many, but the Unicorn is the best, and it's just cute. It's like a little unicorn, and it's like pretty in there too. Of
course. What
about you? What's your favorite restaurant on Staten Island?
It's not like a Staten Island native restaurant. It's not like an.
Okay. What is it?
It's actually Miller's Ale House.
I've been there. I love Miller's. Miller's is good.
Tell my mom and dad.
Yeah. It's right
Can't go.
Staten Island Mall in that area.
Yeah, in that area.
Yeah.
But I keep reiterating to my mom and dad, we only go there for special occasions. We can't go there if it's like a regular Saturday.
Like it's like
we'll get sick of it.
Treat.
Yeah, exactly. We get sick of it if we go that way. We go often.
Yes.
Last time we were there in person, I think was right before the semester, like last fall started.
Okay.
And that was the same time as around my sister and mom's birthday as well. My mom and my sister have 1 day apart birthday, August 28th, 29th.
That's crazy. I'm an August birthday too.
Yeah. What day is yours?
August 5th.
All right. Yeah. So, yeah, that's 2 days after my dog.
Oh, that's wow! You got a lot of August birthdays in your family.
Yeah, but Miller's Ale House. Whenever we go, it's not a bad time because a lot of people like to say, "Well, this place is kind of like Applebee's." It's better than that.
Yeah,
better than that.
Definitely. Like Applebee's, I love Applebee's. Applebee's is really good, but recently they've been getting really pricey. Like, been very expensive. But like, I don't know. Miller's is like. I feel like Miller's is like a step up from Applebee's.
I like how you put that, Nicole.
Yeah, step up.
And besides, Applebee's around Staten Island, the service, in my experience, is not very good.
Really?
Yeah.
I went to Miller's once. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. It was like sophomore year. That's sophomore year for me, like of high school. It was like 3 years ago. Yeah. So I haven't been there in a while.
Yeah, I mean, when I go, I try to get something different every time.
What do you get? What's your go-to meal there?
They have really good burgers.
Oh yeah.
They have like filet mignons too, but I haven't really had that in a long time.
Okay.
Yeah, like ribs. Yeah. There's like
smokehouse
sports bar stuff.
Yes, yes.
And they also have really good desserts too. Really good desserts. So my sister and I.
What's your go-to dessert at that restaurant?
All right, so I'm trying to think of the name. Huge brownie. With 4 scoops of vanilla ice cream.
Yes.
With chocolate syrup on and hot.
I feel like that's such a classic at so many restaurants. Like Applebee's has that. Chili's has that too. And speaking about Chili's, I used to work there.
Right? Well, how was that experience?
I was a junior in high school. It was a summer junior year, and I was like, I want a job. Mm-hmm. And I saw Chili's was hiring. I never went there really. Like did you ever go there?
It's not open anymore, right? Or is it?
No, it's open. It's on Richmond Avenue.
Around like the mall.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
No, I don't. I know like there's like a little corner, like a little shopping center. There's like a TGI Fridays around there. Is that where it is? I'm not exactly sure where. Yeah,
TGI Fridays by the mall turned into Lobos Locos. Did you hear about it?
No, I don't know. But no, I don't.
Yeah, well, that's a new restaurant. I never went there.
Okay, well.
But back to Chili's.
Yeah.
it was a really good experience. I was a hostess, so I would greet guests and I would seat them. I cleaned tables. I have to say, though, I was such a bad busser. I had to like bus tables.
That's okay.
They didn't properly like teach me how to bus tables because I was a hostess. Why would I have to bus tables? But there'd be times when, the line's getting so long for like a wait list, and I have to bust the table because there's like some servers didn't have time to clean it, and so I would have to bust tables. And I remember people like my coworkers would just be like, oh, just let me do it.
Oh man,
I just didn't do it in like the proper way. But
I feel like they should have at least showed you to do it when there was an.
That's what I'm saying. Like they should have just showed me. Like I mean, like I like tried to pick it up, but it was kind of hard. But it was a good experience. But yeah, I worked there for a few months. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Okay.
And then my favorite thing on that menu, not really sure. I probably would say like their chicken fingers. It's basic, but they do have good chicken fingers.
My sister would agree with that a lot. Yeah. She always gets those things.
What about fast food places on Staten Island? What's your favorite?
I really try to be mindful about the types of stuff that we have when I'm at Staten Island.
Me too.
If my family and I really can't come to a decision about what to have, let's just say, all right, let's just go to Wendy's and get that.
Wendy's, it's a quick little.
And yeah, it's like if I had to choose a fast food, that's where we would go.
Okay, so what do you get at Wendy's?
Well, I mean, it's definitely migrated away from what I used to have when I was like a high school kid. Because I always get those like double hamburger things, cheeseburger.
Oh, I never had that there.
Yeah, but that's like that's if we have like nothing else to have.
Yeah.
Like, if we can't think about something, let's just do that.
Just do Wendy's.
Yeah.
I from Wendy's, my favorite thing is their Frosties.
I should never have those.
Never had
Nope.
one. I know they recently came out with a strawberry Frosty. I'm not a strawberry fan, so I didn't try it. But yeah, but definitely, I love their chocolate Frosties or even their vanilla ones. And if you dip them in like fries, you ever do that?
That's for ketchup. Ketchup is for fries.
Are you one of those people who don't like fries and ice cream? Or like, no.
Yeah. I don't like. I want to have ketchup. I want to have honey mustard.
No way. No, you never tried fries.
Of course not. That's dessert.
It's sweet and salty. The
fries
flavor, it is great.
Fries is for dinner. Frosties for dessert. You can't mix them together.
But if you mix them together, it's a snack. Do you think about it? Yeah.
No. Sorry.
Anyways, well, I can't believe you're one of those.
I don't say anything bad with it. I just want actual condiments with my fries. I don't want ice cream on my fries.
But like, oh, it's so good. Like, I could have one right now. That's one of my favorite things to get in like any restaurant.
Okay. Well, besides Wendy's, what's your go-to place if you have nowhere else to go?
So my go-to place is Buy a Bar. I love acai bowls, and it's just so good. It's not ice cream. And it's like healthy for you. Did you ever have one?
I have not had one, but I have seen them on people's stories a lot. Like,
they're so pretty.
It's like a really cool pattern, like banana slices, granola.
You get anything on it. You get coconut, granola, you get Nutella. Nutella is my favorite to get on it. Like the nice chocolate. Strawberries, you could get, and you could get different types. Like I usually get the acai bowl.
Mm-hmm.
But I know there's like a pitaya bowl. And I guess it's like, I think pitaya is more like dragon fruit. And I'm not a big dragon fruit person. My sister had that. But I love a regular, simple acai bowl with Nutella on it, some strawberry. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. It kind of tastes like a thick smoothie with toppings on top. And it gets you full. Like, I'll have one and I'm full. But it's not the type of full that you get at like McDonald's. It's like a good full. It's not like, oh, like I feel gross after this. It's like, oh, I feel healthy.
That's really interesting.
It's like,
never had those.
Yeah, you got.
And okay, is that frequent around Staten Island? Buy a Bar?
So there's a lot. I know there's one. I usually go to the one on Forest Avenue. I think there is another one on Highland Boulevard. There are different type of acai bowl places you can go to. Buy a Bar is my favorite. You go to Pliables. They just recently opened to Pliables. Usually Pliables are in Jersey, like Jersey Shore, but they just recently opened a Pliables at the Staten Island Mall, like in that area by Ulta, by Chipotle. Chipotle is another one of my favorite fast food places.
You know what that reminds me of, Nicole?
What?
Something Vito said in his speech. He said, we got all this stuff here on Staten Island. Why gotta go over a bridge for something?
Exactly. And
that's exactly what that means.
Exactly. I am so happy they put up Pliables in Staten Island because it's very similar to if you go to the beach. And I love it when you walk into these acai bowl places, you feel like you're at a beach. Like, even in the winter, I went there over winter break. It was cold out, gross out, and you walk in and it's like a palm tree, and it's just like, feel good summer vibes. And that's why I love it in there.
Wow. Well, that's really interesting. I've never went to one in my life, but that's really cool.
It's great. Great. So, in general, what is your favorite food? Like, I'm not talking about restaurants or places, just in general.
So, my favorite, let's start with the start of the day. Like, if I wake up, I'm going to want a bagel.
Bagels are good.
I want a bagel.
New York bagels.
Plain butter? Well, a plain bagel with butter.
Can you toast it?
No, if I get it, straight from the deli, no.
Okay, I get that. If it's fresh.
Yeah, but if I have it, I get it from the deli and then have it a day later, that's when I toast it. That's why I toast it.
Yeah, definitely.
But, bagel is favorite thing to eat. Pasta is a great big thing in my house.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Oh, my goodness. What's your favorite shape of pasta to have?
Oh, okay. I really like penne vodka.
All right, that's fair.
That's my favorite. What about you?
My favorite one is a shape called fusilli, which is kind of like telephone wire.
I know you're talking, like the squiggly. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like telephone wire, but it's tasty.
It's pasta. What's
your
favorite sauce?
All right, so this is a little conflict in my family. It's like some
Tell us.
Some people in my family, in my house, they like sauce with chunks of meat in it, like stuff in it.
Like meat sauce. I've had it. My dad makes that.
But it's like, I want to have it just with sauce. I don't want anything on the sauce.
Oh, so you want the basic marinara? No, basic marinara is good.
And I'm thinking about a big bowl of fusilli, plain marinara sauce, cheese. I'm set. That's a good dinner. That's a good dinner. I told mom and dad that it just doesn't connect with me when I have that.
I get it.
Yeah, but
yeah, it's okay. I also love fettuccine Alfredo, like a cheese sauce.
Sure.
Cheese sauces are so good.
Sure. Yeah.
Speaking of cheese sauces, I think it was November. It was my friend Sam's birthday, and we went to the Panini Grill. Ever go there? It's on Forest Avenue. Okay, so
going to Forest Avenue.
Yeah, I mean, technically for you, it's kind of far.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good probably 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But
we got to pass Rockland Avenue, Richmond Avenue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite a distance.
Mm-hmm.
But this place, I had the best experience there ever. It's a very Italian pasta sandwich place. Like, it's known for their paninis. And I had a chicken Caesar panini. It was good.
Yeah.
But my friend and her dad, they had a specialty pasta dish, and it was called the cheese wheel. And it was a pasta, but they had all these different types of cheeses on it. And it was like this special dinner where if you order it, like when the waiter comes with your food, the waiter came with this meal and it was the music just blasted in the restaurant.
Okay.
And they actually made the sauce in front of you and served it. Yeah. It was crazy. I was like, I'd never seen anything like this before. Yeah.
That's a really cool experience.
It was a great experience.
Yeah. Thinking about that same type of experience for me, I couldn't really pinpoint anything other than if we're at Miller's and if it's my birthday, then we would go. That's an appropriate time to go.
Now, do they do the little happy birthday song when you're there?
And I want that to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say that as a best food experience, it has to be that. And my favorite restaurant, my dessert, singing happy birthday to me with the clapping hands.
That's great.
I mean, a lot of people don't like that, but
yeah, when I was younger, I used to not like it when people would sing happy birthday.
Now
it was just awkward. It was just like, what do I do? I have a question. I've always thought about this. When people are singing happy birthday to you, what do you do? It's a good minute where you're just sitting there staring at the cake, and it's kind of awkward.
what I do is I just try to focus on present moment. And then when it's over, I just think like, well, hopefully me a year from now will grow from this moment.
I love that. That's
Yeah.
so sweet.
Yeah, and then maybe I'll say a wish at that moment because you're supposed to. You're supposed to make a wish when you're blood
make that wish.
Yeah, that's what I do.
That's fun.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's like it's not.
Like usually I'll smile and I'll think about like my wish. Like, I'm like, oh no, what am I have to think of a wish. What am I gonna say? And then I like think of it, and then we blow out the candles. But...
No, that's what you're supposed to do.
Exactly. Yeah. What about dessert?
Don't even get me started, Nicole. Oh, desserts are pretty big thing in my house. It's a pretty big thing. So it's similar to the situation with Miller's Ale House because we can't have cookies like every weekend.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that.
We got to make them. They're in certain point of the year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like that's the appropriate time.
Then you have the excitement of like Christmas time is like
Christmas time. Oh my gosh, my mom makes killer chocolate cookies.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, those are really good. And there's actually a guy that I found on TikTok when I had it. I don't have it anymore, but there's a guy named Joshua Wiseman who bases his whole creative content around cooking.
Really?
And I learned his recipe for super fudgy brownies.
Ooh.
Super fudgy brownies. And we make that every Christmas break. We don't make that any time of the year. Any time of the year, we can't do it.
I love that, but also it just makes me like I started getting into cooking and baking. Me and my sister, we started getting into that over COVID, like the pandemic.
Sure.
We would get bored, and so we just like looked up these recipes and started like cooking. And so we love to make chocolate chip cookies. Sometimes we'll like make a huge batch. And
how big? How big is that batch?
I don't know how to describe it. Like okay, kind of like triple the recipe.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah. All right.
So we would triple the recipe, make the dough, but like in the moment, we would only make like 10 and we would save the dough. We put it in the refrigerator. So every time you want a cookie, you stick it in the oven and it's fresh.
That's actually really smart. Wow. Yeah. I never thought of it that way.
Recently, over the weekend, we just made cowboy cookies.
What are those? No.
So it's literally chocolate chip cookies, but you add pecans, coconut, and oats. So it's just like chocolate chip cookie to another level.
And you put those things in as you're preparing to make another cookie, like from the dough that you already have?
No, not really. Like, what do you mean by that?
Like you said, you make the dough.
Yeah.
Make 10 cookies, and then you set the dough aside.
Yeah.
When you make the cowboy cookies, do you start from scratch or do you have dough already?
You start from scratch.
All right.
But you could. I mean, technically you could, because it's the same amount of chocolate chip cookie. You're just adding those other 3 ingredients.
That's really cool, Nicole.
Yeah, there's nothing better. Fresh, basic chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah.
When the chocolate just melts in your mouth. It is very like Christmas time.
Definitely, yeah. But I also want to tell you about a story about a really cool dessert place that is now gone away. So it was.
What is it?
It was directly around the corner of my house.
Okay, so that's very
5-minute, not even 5-minute walk. I could walk there, right?
Yeah.
It was a place called Dominic's Bakery.
Okay.
And, I'm not allergic to chocolatey stuff, but I have to be mindful when I have it because I break out with acne a lot after I have it.
Okay.
And it's like when I'm breaking out, I was like, okay, I gotta stop. I gotta back up.
Yeah.
I gotta stop having this stuff.
I get that. Yeah.
But Dominic's Bakery though, they had something called the Dream Cake, which the best way I can describe it is like it was one of those crumb cakes, right?
Okay.
Crumb cakes, no chocolate. Actually, there might have been like a 1%, like a little percent of chocolate, like a little swirl in it, but it wasn't like a chocolatey cake at all. It was vanilla. The crumbs on top were actually, it was like a really thin layer of what is that thing on the Krispy Kreme donut? Like on the
glaze?
Glaze, yeah.
Oh.
Glaze on it, holding the crumbs together. And then it's like when you had a piece of it, you had the cake part, and then you had a mix of the crumb and the glaze together without breaking. It didn't break because they were held together, but it's like that was really good. And
that sounds awesome.
of course. Of
My
course.
mouth is
No,
watering.
No. Of course. The owner of Dominic's Bakery has committed tax fraud.
Come on.
So then it
I
just
would have loved to go there and try it.
just disappeared. Disappeared after that. But it's like there's other bakeries who kind of have the same thing,
Okay.
but it's not the same. It's just not the same. That was a really good cake.
Yeah.
And now it's gone.
That's really sad.
Yeah, but
My favorite dessert place. I'm not a big cake eater.
that's fair. That's fair. I mean, that fills you up really quick as well.
Yeah, like that cake I would try.
Yeah.
Like, I can't think of a dessert place, but I could think of like a donut place or like an ice cream place.
Okay, all right.
So my favorite donut place, I love Tim Hortons.
That's on Highland Boulevard, right?
Yeah, there's many. There's one on Highland Boulevard.
Forest Avenue.
There's one on
Victory Boulevard.
I don't know. I'm trying. I'm like thinking of like a Staten Island map right now. What is that called? Richmond Avenue. And there's another. Oh, there is one on Victory.
Oh, what's
Yeah, it's a gas station, and it's like a Tim.
Gas station, Tim Hortons.
Yes, and that's at Victory, because Victory Boulevard is like 5 minutes away from my house, like right there. So I haven't went to that one though.
Mm-hmm.
I usually go to the Richmond one because that's like the closest one, because Highland's kind of far from me.
But Highland Boulevard is an actual store. It's not a gas station. This is actually a Tim Hortons store.
Yeah, no, Highland. Yes, but my 3 favorite top desserts would be cookies, ice cream, and donuts. And then cake is like last.
No, I mean, okay.
How about you rank them?
All right, number 1, definitely I agree with you, cookies.
Okay.
That's my number 1.
Yeah. Who could go on with cookies?
Number 2, I think, is brownies. Cake's number 3.
Oh, I forgot brownies.
Yeah. Like over the pandemic. I turned 17.
Okay.
Like a month into the pandemic. And it's actually really, because at that time, it was really difficult to get into a store. Because there were lines of people outside, trying to get in. And
yeah, definitely.
My dad and I actually went, I think, the day before my birthday to Costco successfully. We got in. We got the stuff that we needed. And we got a nice chocolate cake, tuxedo cake. Yeah. And I heard somewhere online once that somebody who really enjoys those cakes said, the key, if you feel like you're going to puke, just drink some water, and then it'll be good.
Really?
That's if you're having too much.
Yeah, a little.
But that wasn't our case. That wasn't our case. But
that's good. That's good.
Like,
you didn't get to that point.
No, but it's just the occasion. The occasion we make special stuff like that. It's good. It's good time to bond.
What's your favorite ice cream place?
Ice cream place. So I don't really go to ice cream places that often.
Okay.
If I have ice cream, it's like home brand stuff. So
like home brand ice cream.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when I was in elementary school in Queen of Peace, on Friday we live literally right next to New York Lane.
Yeah.
So my friends and I said, "Hey, do you want to go to somewhere near Lane to hang out?" And I said, "Sure." And it's not too far from my house, because this is like the opposite side from you.
Yeah, no, that's
not
the other side of the island for me.
There was a place, I think still there. It's called Something Sweet. Really nostalgic. It's been there for a lot of years, a lot of years, and that's a place where my friends and I would just hang out, have some good ice cream.
What would you get?
Nothing spectacular.
Nothing crazy.
Just like a cone, Like ice cream's not on my top 3 list. So
yeah. See, ice cream is big for me. My family and I love Ralph's Italian Ices and ice cream. Do you know?
Yeah.
I think it's in the Port Richmond area. Have you ever been to Danino's Pizzeria?
Nope. What? I've not. I don't go to Port Richmond.
I only go to Port Richmond for that. Nope. Danino's, I have to say, is such a good pizzeria. It's my favorite pizzeria on Staten Island.
I can name around 5 that are in my same vicinity that I don't need to go Port Richmond for.
Okay. Really? So what's your top pizzeria?
There's a place called Bravo Pizza.
Oh, okay.
And it's on New York Lane.
Yeah.
So actually, really, a lot of story around this building. Before Bravo, it was it was another pizzeria called Gennaro's, which was there for
I've heard of that.
years.
I've heard of that, yeah.
And it closed a few years ago.
Oh.
It was before the pandemic, I think. I'm pretty sure it was before the pandemic. Closed. And that was another place where, like, during the summer, my friends and I at the very end of Noodle Lane is Miller Field.
Oh.
It's like a playground, park, hangout spot. It's right where the boardwalk starts, actually. And we would go to Gennaro's. Just, it was a really great time. Unfortunately, it's closed now, but Bravo, it's like, sports, like a sports pizzeria bar.
I don't talk about that.
And that's another thing that we get if we just have, like, say, hey, like, I'm home, we want Bravo, sure, let's get it.
Yeah.
But that's, no, we never go to Port Richmond just for pizza, because that's 5 of them or more in our same vicinity. But Ralph's Ices I have been to. They're,
okay.
Like, the one at Port Richmond, is it like his actual building? Like his actual
it's
storefront?
like the actual, like, there's a lot of Ralph's on Staten Island. I know there's on Victory Boulevard. Usually that's the one I go to. It's called Ralph's Cool Ice. It's like it's just they only serve ice, so they don't have ice cream there. It's very small. But
no, I was like, why only serve ice?
Yeah, I know what I'm saying. I was like, I want ice cream. Like I personally like ice cream better than ice. Like if I get ice, I'll get ice, but just come on.
It's like I'll have ice. Work with that. But if there's the opportunity, I would really want some ice cream instead of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so usually my family, we would go to Danino's, get a nice slice of pizza, and then we go across the street to Ralph.
Oh my God.
So it's like a win-win. It's your meal and dessert. It's right all there. So that's fun.
Well,
we do that.
Around the Noodle area, the Ralph's Ices are not their own buildings. They're it's like a little stand in the building, but it's like you can't go inside. It's like
that's like the Victory Boulevard one.
Yeah, but there's a lot of nostalgia around those two as well, because some of my friends were really in close coordination with one another with where we live, and if we're hanging out, we just walk to the Ralph's Ice, and we just, in that sense, their cookies and cream is really good. Cookies and cream.
Oh, cookies and cream. That's one of my favorites. My favorite ice cream, I would say. I love cookies and cream. Oh my goodness. Well, I love Cold Stone too. You ever been to Cold Stone?
No. What is that?
So some people say it's overrated. Sometimes I could see how it's overrated, but I just, this ice cream, it was called an apple pie ice cream. So
that sound, oh my gosh.
Yes, it was a lot of flavors all of them, but it was so good. It was vanilla, like the base was vanilla ice cream.
Okay.
The apple pie filling of like the apples. So it was like that apple pie filling, graham crackers. I think it was
graham crackers. Where did they come from?
I don't know.
Where did they come
I think the graham crackers were meant to like symbolize the crust of an apple pie.
That's like kind of stretching it in my time. That's because that's like its own crust. Graham crackers is its own entity.
It was crust. Maybe I thought it was graham crackers.
Like it's its own entity. That's about too much. That's a little bit.
Because
I mean, maybe. I never had it, but
But it was like every bite tasted like apple pie ice cream. It was so good. Like I can never, like I want that right now. That was like the best ice cream I've ever had.
Okay, I'm definitely curious about how that works.
No. Yeah, and they it's cool how they roll the ice cream together.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Those with the flat utensils.
Yes, and they'll just they'll just mix it, and it's like a really nice consistency. It's cool. It's cool.
So let me ask you this, Nicole. What do you imagine for food-wise coming to Staten Island next? When we just had a Krispy Kreme open up.
Yes, a Krispy Kreme.
What do you imagine is gonna be next? That could be anything. That's kind of like.
You know what? I'm gonna say crumble cookies.
What is that?
You never heard of crumble?
What is that? No. Is that a Victory Boulevard restaurant?
No, it's not on Staten Island, and I think they should open one in Staten Island.
I don't even know what it is.
Okay. So, Crumble Cookies is this company that makes cookies. If you look it up, these cookies I'm talking are gigantic huge. I've never had one before. I've always wanted one. And
wow. Yeah, listeners. Nicole's not lying.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a photo.
And there's all these different types of flavors. There's, they have a regular milk chocolate chip, but they have, I know they have peanut butter and jelly. They have raspberry donut, I've heard. But
it's not a donut though. It's a cookie.
No, it's a cookie. It's all these different types of flavors, but in a cookie form. And I've always wanted one. My sister and I, when I was coming back from break to Montclair, we wanted to go because I think there is one by Montclair. I don't know where, but it's a good. I think it needs to be on Staten Island. We need a crumble. Like, I remember years ago, I always wanted Krispy Kreme, and we didn't have it on Staten Island, and now we do, and it's so good.
Somebody must have heard you when you thought of that years ago.
Yeah, someone was listening to my thoughts. So maybe a crumble cookie in the next coming years in Staten Island.
Okay.
What would you want to come to Staten Island that's not currently in Staten Island right now?
I mean, I have one thought, but it's not like a restaurant or a food brand. It's a company called Wegmans. It's everywhere but on Staten Island. It's one in Brooklyn, some in New Jersey.
What do you do there?
Well, my aunt actually introduced me to it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. It's a supermarket, but I want a store to move out of its current space and then put Wegmans there. Not like build one from the ground up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I definitely
because their bakery, like.
Oh, it's a bakery too.
But no, they had like a section.
Okay. You can never go wrong with a bakery.
Come on. Whenever like I go to my aunt's house, she has those in stock.
Oh, you must be like so happy.
Yeah, but now that I think about it, though, it's like if there's a Wegmans here, I'll probably get sick of those cookies a lot.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
all right, I take it back. I don't want Wegmans. I take it back.
Yeah, but same thing like with Krispy Kreme. Like, I used to always want Krispy Kreme, and now that it's here, I don't go there like every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I went there. It opened in September. Was it September?
I don't even know.
I think it was. I know it was in the fall of 2022, and I've only been there like twice. Because the thing is, you don't want to get sick of it. You wanna go there like Miller's. You want to be there like a treat,
Yeah, but I don't even know. I'm not exactly sure like what I would want to have. That's like you said, Nicole, like that crumble cookie. I don't know.
I don't know. I have to say, Staten Island, we have a good variety of food places.
Definitely.
You have all different types of food.
And different, like, culture-wise, too.
Definitely.
Like
we have Chinese, we have
sushi, Greek food.
Yeah, we have a good variety of food. We have good Mexican places, Italian places. Going back to the bakeries, I have to say my favorite bakery is, have you ever been to Cookie Jar?
Yeah.
I love
There's
Cookie
one
Jar.
right on Europe Lane.
Is there?
Yeah.
I don't go to that one, but I go to the one, I think it's on Forest.
Well, actually, yeah, there's a Cookie Jar on Europe Lane. And then right next to it is another bakery called Piece of Cake.
Okay.
And I think its own, Piece of Cake owns Cookie Jar. It's like the same company.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say for bakery, that's it. That's probably it. Because, again, there's a lot of nostalgia around it. It's been there for a lot of years.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to my friend's house or something, that's where I go to bring some treats.
Yes.
That's where I go.
I feel like there's so many like friends parties I've been to, and Cookie Jar is just always there.
Yeah, I mean,
like someone's gonna
it's not very. I mean, it's a hangout. Might not be healthy, but
it's not. Yeah, it's a little treat dessert. But yeah, Cookie Jar I love.
Okay.
Have you ever been to? Do you like Chinese food?
Yeah, I may not have it. Yeah, I mean, it's not one of my top stuff to have, but
I'll have it. I usually have it occasionally.
Yeah, occasionally.
I usually go to China New Star. It's a really good Chinese place.
Is that on 4th Avenue too?
I think it is.
Yeah.
I guess a lot of the places I go to is either on Victory, Richmond, or Forest Avenue. That's like my area.
That's like 30 minutes from me.
Yeah.
I don't go there.
Like Chinese food, where do you go? Like what's near you?
There's one called Empire East.
I've heard of that.
That's around like the Oakwood area, like a shopping center Oakwood.
Okay.
And actually, there's a restaurant right on Highland Boulevard that really introduced me to sushi. Like,
really?
I never had sushi before this restaurant, and now I have it. Granted, I've never had sushi anywhere else, but I'm hooked.
Yeah, I'm
hooked on sushi.
I'm not the biggest sushi fan. I've tried it before. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like a love-hate relationship. Some people love sushi, and some people just like.
It was my sister. My sister doesn't really like it, but I like it a lot. So.
Yeah, that's okay. Good.
Yeah.
You ever been to Arirang?
I've never been there. Nope.
It's this Japanese restaurant.
I know. They make it in front of you.
And they cook right in front of you. Oh, it's so good.
I've never been there.
So good. I love it. I went there. I've been there a few times. One of my friends, he had a graduation party there. And his graduation party was on like the same day as my birthday. So they sang like happy birthday and happy graduation all at once.
Wow.
Yeah. It was fun.
Where
closest Arabian restaurant?
Okay, this was far from me. This was not on Forest Avenue.
Where was it?
Rossville, right?
Yeah, I don't know what name. I was definitely like 25 minutes away from my house.
Okay, so yeah, definitely that's definitely around like the Arthur Kill area, maybe Rossville,
Nelson? I think
Duncan Hills. So it's like Duncan. That's like Duncan Hills, right?
Yeah, I mean, is that close to you?
I feel like it's closer to me than it is to you because I'm closer to Highland
Yeah,
Boulevard.
it's kind of in Great Kills in Staten Island.
Great Kills.
I would estimate that'd be like 10 minutes away from you. But
Yeah,
for
Great
me,
Kills.
it's like
Great Kills.
25, like half hour from me.
Yeah.
What's like the farthest you've ever drove to a food place in Staten Island?
Farthest we've ever drove. That's a hard one.
I mean, I've been to. Well, I would probably have to say hour.
I got it.
What?
There's a Domino's in Old Town.
I've never
Which
been to Domino's.
I mean, I don't know what happened, but I used to like it. And then one day I had it, and I was like, I'm never having this again. I don't know what it was. But
Tell us
there's
more.
now there's a Domino's in New York.
Okay.
But before that one, there was one in Old Town, which is
How far is that from you?
it's literally like half an hour.
Yeah, that's quite a distance.
It's where you know where St. Joseph Hill is.
Yes, I know that area.
Around
Yeah.
So where that is. It's not near my house. It's not my house.
Yeah, it's not.
And they did not do deliveries.
Oh, they don't.
So that one doesn't. So we have to pick it up.
And you gotta go all the way to pick it up and bring it back to your house.
Mom and Dad weren't happy about that, but yes.
So, how is Domino's pizza? I've never had like a fast food pizza. I've never had Domino's. I've never had Little Caesars.
I don't have either of those things.
Yeah,
If it's pizza, we're going to like Staten Island. Like
exactly. You gotta go to Staten Island. You gotta go to New York pizza.
we're not getting any of that like TV pizza. No.
No, I've never had it. I know some people love it. Some people are just like, ew.
I don't know. One time I had it and it just left a really weird
It didn't.
taste in my mouth for like days.
Days?
Yeah.
Wow. That's weird.
What the heck is
Days.
this? What the heck is going on with my mouth? After that, I'm not having it again. So there are better options, definitely. I have 100% better options than that.
Yeah, definitely.
But I was a little high school kid and I didn't know any better. So
Yeah, a little high school Aidan.
a little bit for Dallas, a little bit for Dallas.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to think of food places that I liked when I was younger, but like I don't. I'm not a big fast food person. I'm not a big McDonald's, not Burger.
Again,
it's just to me, it's just like just in general, it just like after I eat it, I just feel gross after I eat it. You know.
That's fair, yeah. But again, that only really happens if we have like no clue with that.
Exactly.
No clue. If there's nothing in mind, we just say let's go to this place. That happens when, I guess, this is generally speaking, I guess in like like when something unexpected happens, if you have plans and it makes you hungry and don't have time to go anywhere else,
It's just like, it's very convenient.
Go to this place, get whatever you need.
Well, we had a nice time talking about food here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. What do you think of our conversation today, Aidan? I think we did pretty good.
I mean, I really enjoy it, besides the fact that everything that you've been to is on one side of the island, and everything that I've been to is on the other side of the island, and we don't know where anything is, but that's okay.
We need to find a place in the middle.
That's the one common denominator, Nicole. We love Staten Island.
We love Staten Island.
We love it.
Especially the food.
Listeners, if you want to hear more of our show, tune in next week when we'll be discussing transportation around the island.
Oh, yeah.
Transportation. I have a lot to talk about there.
Talk about with that topic. Well, see you guys soon.
Bye. Have a good day.
Have a good day.